All right, y'all. So y'all know what it is. This is the weekly recap that we do. So when you guys come on, just talk about how you did as far as trades go, how many trades you took, how many trades you won, and if you did not take any trades, how training was for you this week as far as your growth and your elevation. So we just come on every week just to sum it all up and to bring it on home, pretty much. Oh, let me shoot over to... I'm not seeing comments over here, though, on the page for some reason. I don't know why that is. I thought I saw Winston pop in. Yeah, Winston is here. What's going on, my man? Yeah, I couldn't see the comments either. I see them now, though. I can see them now. You're actually the only one commenting over there. So the watch parties are separate. But you're not in the watch party. You're directly on the page, Winston. Damon said he's 0-0 for the week. Buddha, no loss this solid week. Business as usual. More and more excellence. You know, for those of you that don't take trades and don't lose any trades, I just want to reiterate that the fact that you're not taking any trades is the win, because you understand why you're not taking any trades. That's a major thing. That's a major thing. All right, Bill, be safe out there. And very good, Bill, on your 1-0. Excellent. Damon said more training. My mindset and training, videos, and meditation. That's it. Building, setting up the building blocks, which is very important. You know, I think that everything that you're doing in your process as you're training, and you're creating the building blocks for what you're going to be doing when you start actually taking trades, is more important than when you're going to actually be taking trades. Because by the time you get to the point where you're taking trades, it's just going to be rinse and repeat. Does that make sense? It's like getting to the point where you're taking trades is not really the accomplishment. The accomplishment is elevating before you start doing it, before you start trading. That's the big deal, because like I said, by the time you get in position and you're actually trading, you're going to just simply be rinsing and repeating the process. But you want to make sure that before that takes place, that you've already put the process in place, so that now you can get into place. So the process has to be put in place before you get into place, meaning that you want to have the process refined and, you know, not only in place, but you want to have your execution of the process already established beforehand. So by the time you actually do start to take trades, it's going to be just business as usual. There's not going to be anything different or anything that is like, oh man, this is so wonderful. It's like you're not going to be surprised or emotionally having a reaction to the fact that you're winning consistently. You're going to be doing exactly what you were trained to do. And that execution of the process is just simply rinsing and repeating the process. That's all it is. So that's why, you know, we don't really get, if you actually look at those of us that are consistent and that are winning, we don't really make a big deal out of it. You know, the big deal comes from when people have not experienced something and then they begin to experience it for the first time. So now it's something that is new to them because they're dealing in an unknown area of where they've never been previously. You understand what I'm saying? So it really does make a lot of sense. Like, it makes a whole lot of sense. Rich, what's good, my man? I just played that Blow Me, man. That song's fire, my brother. I brought it on with the Blow Me. Winston, okay, you moved over to the group, to the what is it called? Watch party. All right, cool. Yeah, I see you over there in the watch party now, Winston. Yep. Damon said the journey is the most important part. 100%, my man. 100%. That's what it is. That's what it is. Ash, how do you separate the mindset of want to know without thinking about all the trades you have to get to your goal? It's very simple. You just don't think about the trades. You don't think about the goal. And as a matter of fact, I think I want to rephrase that. You do think about the goal, but you have to redirect what the goal is. The goal is not 21 trades, 24 trades, 28, 30 trades, X amount of trades. The goal is one trade over and over again. Every time that you're watching, observing, studying the market, waiting, every time that you in position, your goal is 1-0. So you don't even look at the totality of the number that you're seeking out, ultimately getting to, because you're going to get to that point and you're actually going to exceed that number. So yeah, 21 is the initial thing that you do, but when you get to that point, after that, what happens? It's still 1-0 on every trade. The same way it was 1-0 that led up to you getting 21 trades, 24 trades, 30 trades. That 1-0 is just forever. That's going to be what your goal is every time. So when you redirect your focus on it just being 1-0, now you can just focus on the process and the execution and not on the bigger number that you're trying to get to in order to reach the bigger goal. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you mitigate the way that you're built as a human being. So I think that that's probably the best way to explain the way that you go about doing it. Look, see, Matthew actually, he's saying exactly what I just said. And I didn't even read what he said. He said, only focus on being 1-0 every time that you pull the trigger. Yes. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Winston, 7-0 this week. I was on the quick glance, hard and heavy. And Winston, that's excellent. You know, we were talking about what you accomplished yesterday on the live stream on YouTube. And I mean, you know what it is. Like, you know what it is. So you don't want to throw yourself off by, you know, the withdrawals and all of that. We already had the discussion, so we don't got to do it again. And I think that you kind of caught it, you know, from what we were talking about. So you on track, man. You right where you need to be. You know what I mean? You just want to put your focus and your energy on being 1-0. And that really is the same for all of us. Winston said things like 2:30, 3:30 a.m. I'm stopped everything to observe the market when the GU announced MRMH. Damon, after every trade, there's a reset button. 1-0. Damon, that is it, my man. That is it in a nutshell. That's it. After every trade, you hit the reset button and it's 1-0. 1-0 for the next one. Winston said, you were absolutely right. Much appreciated. Definitely, man. This is what we do. This is what we do. Rich said, focus on the micro elements in order to reach the macro destination. 21 is just breaking through that glass ceiling. Yes. Jay Carly said, my goal is to execute the process without fail every day. That's it. Rich said, the goal is one. That's what it is. That's what it is. So when you put your energy and focus on the 1 and 0 each and every time that you are dealing with the market, the energy goes into you applying the process and not into you counting the number of trades to get to the bigger goal. This is why this works. This is exactly why 1 and 0 works. Because you're not focusing your energy on the pressure that you naturally put on yourself when you're looking at how many trades you have left to go. You don't have trades left to go. It's 1 and 0. You see what I'm saying? You're redirecting your energy. So now if you know that it's always 1 and 0, the pressure that you had from looking at how many trades are left for the bigger goal is gone. That pressure has been removed now because you're only focused on one trade at a time. One trade, all right, let's reset. One trade, reset. Next trade comes, 1 and 0, reset. Next thing you know, not only did you smash Project 21 or whatever, number of trades that you have set to reach your goal, now you're at the point where you're in the income phase, and now you're generating income, and you're doing the exact same process that you were doing when you started with one contract in the very beginning with that first $100. You're doing the same exact thing that you were doing then. And now here you are at 50 contracts, 100 contracts, 200, 300 contracts, doing the exact same thing that you were doing with one contract. So the mind, your mind is what you're kind of getting around. She said, let me come over here. They drop mics over there. Your intellect is what you're getting around. And that's the way that you do it. It's almost like you kind of fooling yourself, but you're doing it in a good way. Because you're fooling the part of yourself that has the doubts and is anxious and worried about the number. Oh man, I'm only 2-0. I got 19 trades left. Dang, man, that's a long way to go. It's not a long way to go, and 1 and 0 is your goal. 1 and 0 should be exactly what you're focused on at all times, not 21 and 0. You see what I'm saying? So just by making that switch in your mind and your brain, when you make that switch, you switch it off. Now the pressure's gone because the number's gone. You just remove the number. Now 21 is 1. 24 is 1. 30 is 1 and 0. And that's how we do it. That is exactly how I do it. Like this is very, man, this is intense for us because this is a much higher elevation than what I think people feel like they should be doing. Like I almost feel like some of the newer people, they're in their mind like, man, am I in the right place? Yeah, you're in the right place. Don't feel like what we're talking about is too advanced for you just because you're new. It's the same framework, whether you're new or whether you've been here for a year. It's the same exact framework. It doesn't make a difference how new you are or how old you are. So don't feel like, this is above where you need to be. It's not. What it is that we're in such a high level of the evolution of Team Alliance that as soon as you come into this environment, you coming in directly into the raw. So it's like there's no fluff. There's nothing there that's in the way of what you actually need to get. It's just a matter of you applying the repetition of the training in order to get it. Which is why, you know what I'm going to talk about. 301 on repeat. There's a reason that I'm giving you that. 301 on repeat, if you listen to the content as far as the way that the framework is broken down and the protocol, it seems like there's all these different moving parts. But when you put the training on repeat, it becomes less and less cluttered to you. The focus begins to come in. And more as the focus comes in, the intensity of the training starts to get into you because you're doing it at the subconscious level. This is how you guys are elevating even though you're new. You guys are brand new and you elevating as if you was here for, training for the whole time. And you just came. So I'm just kind of like helping to explain why the elevation is there for you and to not be afraid of it. Like, don't be scared of the elevation and think that it's too advanced or it's too much for you, because it's not. So I want to definitely encourage you new guys, to just stay close to the fire, stay plugged in. Rich said, if you're new, reflect on what you knew days ago to what you know now. Without a doubt, you elevated. Yep. That's what it is. It's day by day. That's what it is. Let me come over here. I missed all the mic drops. I know I can't, because all the comments is coming mad fast. So I'm going to go back, though, because I always like to go back and catch what was said. Matthew said, the record only solidifies your skill. Outside of that, it's useless. Don't put weight into the cumulative when the next one is all that matters. Woo! Hard. That's hard, man. Don't put weight into the cumulative when the next one is all that matters. Ash said, when the balance of the account gets higher, there is a temptation to withdraw, but is that sabotaging the income stage, or is it okay to start over so you have money in the bank? You're sabotaging your freedom by doing that, because ultimately every trade that you take is one step closer to the freedom that you're waiting for, the freedom that you're destined for. So it doesn't make sense to make a long-term thing a short-term experience. Making a withdrawal now is just satisfying your immediate gratification senses. It's just satisfying your microwave mentality. But your microwave mentality is not something that's fruitful for you over the long term. It's there right now, but then once you withdraw the money, then what you gonna do with the money? Like, what are you gonna do with it? You gonna spend it on something? You took it out just to make yourself feel better? We don't want short-term, immediate gratification. We want long-term positioning. So if we position ourselves long-term, which is what we're doing, by sticking to the project that we're working on, and we're going to want to know until we get there. Once you're there, now you're in position, and now you're set up for the long term. You're not just pulling to satisfy a short-term, immediate gratification urge that you have in the moment. You see what I'm saying? You got to stay away from that and don't feed that part of yourself. So that's how we do it. We stay away from it. We stay away from it. Jay Carly said, don't withdraw until you're in your income phase. Yep. Matthew said, taking money out in the beginning is the equivalent of raiding your piggy bank versus waiting and raising your vault. Jay Carly said, I'm on some 365 and no executing the process daily. The trades come as a byproduct of process. Yes. Yes. You just noticed in the bubble coat. Silly. It's cold, man. It's 29 degrees. I wasn't playing today. We got somewhere to go. We're going to be outside too, so I ain't messing around with this cold out here. Winston said, I know what you're saying. However, the things I paid off were much needed, so that was my driving factor. And to some traders, it is a hobby. To some traders, it's life or death. To other traders, it's something different. And Winston, I mean, like I said, we had this discussion yesterday, so you knew what your reasoning was for doing it. And that's why when you said, should you, put the money back in, I said no. No, don't put it back in. You already did it. So whatever you used it for or wanted to use it for, let it be for that purpose, and then reset your focus now when you start back, and don't interrupt your focus when you move the next time, which is now. So now moving forward, this is the next time. You keep your focus where it needs to be, period. And you don't do anything until you get to the income phase where you are going to be withdrawn, because that money is coming in from your trading business, because now you have a trading business at that point. You understand what I'm saying? Right now you're building and developing the business. When you get to that point, you have the business. That's when you can pull. That's when the money is coming in. The cash flow is present now. And that's how we move. That is how we move. Me pulling money out so I wasn't homeless was needed. All stuff can be paid off in the income phase. Period. Yes, that is true. That's absolutely true. Ash, yes, I see that, but at the same time, it feels tough to do this over and over without worrying about getting that L. You got to get out of that, Ash. You got to get out of that. There is no L. That's the whole point. This whole idea of what if you lose is your temporary fear that you have yet to overcome. You still have a fear that's present that you're going to have to get rid of. Like, you got to get it out of here. That fear got to go. You ain't going to be able to trade. You're not going to be able to be a trader with the fear. You're going to just be like everybody else who tries to trade. So you're going to have to elevate above that fear. Got to get above that fear. He says, but I know that this is what I have to get used to. So thanks all. Yeah, you got to get over it. Jay Carly said, if you're scared of an L, then you must train harder. Yep. Matthew said, the more you worry about the L, the more likely you are to catch a bouquet of them. Jay Carly says, skill murders fear. Ash, I feel I am, but I never seen the balance at that stage before, but agree it will continue. I will continue to train harder. Oh, I like that. Skill murders fear. Yeah. See, you got to use these nuggets to keep yourself focused. That's the purpose of the nuggets. We don't just drop nuggets just because it sound good and it sound like, oh, listen to what they said. That was hard. I say that, but the purpose of the nuggets is for you to use it every day. You got to take the nugget and apply it to you in the moment. When you feeling those urges, you feeling like withdrawing, you feeling like, man, look at my balance. I never seen my balance that big, man. I wonder if I should take some of this out. In that moment, you got to use the nugget and apply it on the spot. That's why we here dropping them, giving you fuel and ammunition to use in real time, in real life. You know, it's not just cliche sayings and stuff that sounds good. This shit is real. Jay Cardi, to do what you've never done, you must do what you've never done. To do what you've never done, you must do what you've never done. That's a nugget right there to take with you. So think about that. What you're trying to accomplish is bigger than making a withdrawal because the balance is bigger because you've never seen it that big before. Understand that. That's a temporary thing. Oh man, I never seen this much money before. Every time that you make more money and there's more money available to you, you never seen that much before either. It's going to continue. That's going to be the story of your life from now on, period. Every time you make more money, you can say, man, I never seen this much money before. Of course you haven't seen that much money before because it's more than you had. That's going to be it forever. J. Carly, every word you say after but negates everything that you said before. There are no buts. Exactly. These nuggets are born from great experience. Lift your hand up to the ones reaching down. Yes. Ask J. Carly, you need to write a book of nuggets. She already has. She already has several books. And my bad, Rich over here dropping nuggets too. I gotta come back up because Rich said he had a bunch of stuff that he said just now I wanted to go into. Focus on the micro elements in order to reach the macro destination. Positively, he actually put himself into position to have that option. Right. He said, treat it like a savings account, one that you don't touch until it's residual and can be maintained. The bigger reason is time freedom. Once you have this skill, you no longer have to be a slave to the 9 to 5. Thoughts precedes reality. Just hard nuggets, man. Like just Facebook trying to hate on me. Come on, Facebook. No, don't cut off the wisdom. But this is hard, man. That one right there that he said, don't touch it until it's residual. My goodness. See, like that's a hard one right there because that should resonate with you to help you to understand what it means to have a successful business. Like a successful trading business is exactly that, residual. Residual income. It keeps coming. So think about the idea of it keeps coming versus, oh man, I have this, let me pull out of that before I lose it. You see how they're two separate things? You want to pull out of this because you feel like you're going to lose it. That's the part right there. It's a tweak in your brain that you're going to have to turn off. It's a little switch. You're going to have to turn it off so that you remove that fear element away from the process for what you're doing. You got to do it. Have to do it. You know, one of the things that I think about that helps me to do that is the whole idea of, you know what? If you lose, do it again. Like, for some reason, that statement alone with me, it resonates with me the most out of everything. It's like, you messed up, do it again. Because you can't do it again unless you got the skill to do it again. Does that make sense? You can't do it unless you got it. So do you have it? Then when you realize, you know what? Oh shit, I actually have it. So let me just do it. Now you start to do it and you don't lose. So that whole idea actually helps you to spin, to twist the whole shit around. on yourself. If you feeling nervous and you feeling like you might lose, I want you to say that to yourself. Well, you know what? If I lose, fuck it. I'm going to do it again. Just say that to yourself. Because there's energy behind again. Repeat. There's energy behind repetition. Repetition means that you couldn't have did it to begin with if you ain't have it. So now, look at what just happened to your brain. Your brain was like, wait. So if I'm already doing it, then I'm not going to have to redo it because I'm already doing it. Exactly. You're not going to have to do it over because you're doing it now. Continue to do it. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rich said, if at first you don't succeed, try again. That's what it is. I'm telling you, that's what helped me. J. Carl said, Project 21 is built to elevate you out of fear. Don't be afraid of greatness. You deserve it. Yep. So, I mean, you clearly can see, like, between all of the various things that everyone is saying, you know, like I'm giving you direct examples of what has worked for me and what continues to. You know, that specifically works for me. The whole idea of if I lose, I'm going to just do it again. It carries with it a confidence. Understand that. It carries confidence with it. Do it again. Fuck it, I'm going to just do it again. You can't say I'm going to just do it again unless you are able to do it again. And if you're able to do it again, you ain't going to have to do it again because you're already doing it. Elevation, man. Elevation. See, like all of this shit, when it comes to your personal mindset and working on yourself, it's like you're figuring out just different ways to manipulate yourself. But you're manipulating the lower self that you have. And when you elevate, you're climbing up to your higher self. That's what elevation is. You're going up. So you got to go up and meet your higher self and leave your lower self behind you. Next thing you know, you become the higher self. Rinse and repeat. I am MRMH. I am stability. I am the wind. Now I am becomes your verbiage and the way that you talk instead of but what if. What if is your lower self. I am is your higher self. Oh shit. Oh shit. Matthew said that statement releases the emotional attachment. Facts. And that's the only place you want to get to, is where you don't have emotion at all. You're not celebrating and you're not afraid and worried and anxious and wishing and hoping. Oh man, you're not manning no more. You're not, oh man, yes, I won that one. You're not doing that either. We don't celebrate when we win a trade. Why? Because it's business as usual. You understand what I want you to celebrate the fact that you arrived at TeamAlliance. That's the celebration. Like, oh shit, this is it. Because now it's just a matter of time before the repetition gets to you. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. The repetition is going to get you. That's why when you do it, it works. See, like anytime you see somebody like that is backing off and moving away from us, it's because they're not doing it. They're getting distracted by other stuff and they're engaging in other stuff outside of what we do. But when you come into this and you start doing it and moving and putting it in motion, the repetition gets you. It gets to you. It's impossible for it not to. How do you think any habit is created? The same way you have created bad habits. You creating a habit that's going to cause you to, it's going to force you to win. It's forcing you to release all of the bullshit off of you that's keeping you from winning. It don't have anything to do with the trade that you took. It has to do with your mindset. The energy that you're in at the moment is the reason you even took a trade. If you lost a trade, it's because your energy was off. It lined up perfectly with exactly what the market was doing at the time. The market was off. So your energy's off, the market is off, y'all meet together, you lose. Energy's right, you only gonna get in when the market is right. Y'all meet together, you win, win, win. And that's it. So just think about that and just execute in that process forever, ever. Come on, man. Rich said, if you know 301, you won't fear. You won't know fear. Jay Carly, how we do a thing is how we do everything. How's the rest of your life going? Yep. See, when you look at your life, that's the benchmark for what's going on with you. That's what it is. You become your higher self. I am. Yeah, like, see, it has to become habitual. Yep. J. Carter said, mark my words, Team Alliance is the new world order. The free world order. That's a whole nother level, man. Just let me relax. See, that's what we're here for. We're here to become free. And you're becoming free from yourself. That's another thing too that I don't think everyone realizes. Like, well, what are we becoming free from? The system? No. You're freeing yourself from yourself. You're the only one that can put yourself in a prison. So you're the one that has to be freed from you. You're the one that's going to free yourself, and you're the one becoming free from yourself. Think about that one. Think about that shit. Come on, man. Yeah, you definitely with the I am vibe. For real, for real. My autocorrect misspelled free. You sound like Walker. Oh shit. That is hilarious. But yeah, man, I mean, like, this is what it is. This is what it is, man. And it's like, you know, I know that, like, people, they look and they're seeing us, and you see how consistent, you know, we are. And what I mean is, without fail, every week we're going to do a recap. You know, every day that the market is open, I'm going to do a live stream. You know what I mean? Every night that the market is open, I'm going to do a training. The way that you do a thing is how you do everything. The proof is in the pudding. So it's kind of like the same way that that's lifestyle. That's exactly what trading is becoming for you. Lifestyle. But the lifestyle that you're creating is the one that you're building from the ground up. It's not the lifestyle that you live in right now. Understand, you're transitioning from the lifestyle that you have into the lifestyle that you want to have. Damn, this Facebook shit trying to cut me off for real. But this is hard, man. It's like, it's to the point now where it don't even matter what you watch. Like, people catch the recap, they catch the live stream on YouTube, they can catch a regular video. It doesn't matter what they catch. The vibe is present. You don't even know what you're looking at when you look at a video. You don't even know what it is. Like, oh, is this a recap or is it a live stream? It doesn't even matter. It's all the same. It's literally all the same. There's nuggets. And mind you, this is all stuff that's building you, that's helping you to build your business, that's helping you to build yourself. All the reinforcement, all the nurturing that you need, all the repetition that you need to hear, all of the energy that you need to be connected to. It's forever present. It's evergreen. It's connected to Team Alliance. That's why Team Alliance is the answer. Literally, just look at what we're doing. And it doesn't stop. It's consistent as hell. You don't even have to ask, man, is he gonna do a recap? Come on. I wonder if he's gonna go on YouTube today. That's the same way that you're gonna be operating and functioning in your business. It's like asking if I'm gonna do a live stream is like asking if you're gonna win your trade. They're synonymous. Like, of course you're gonna do a live stream. Of course you're gonna win your trade. Like, does that make sense? I'm telling you, man. It's without a doubt. It's like taking your next breath. J. Carly said, Team Alliance is on track to buy our own country. Just saying, y'all don't hear me. And just let it be known, she putting out a lot of shit. She putting out a lot of stuff that's on record, for the record. So don't be surprised when you hear about certain shit happening. Rich said, this journey is bigger than trading. It creates a character and a mindset that is invaluable to being happy and free in this world. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what it is, man. And it's amazing. Like, it's really just amazing, for real. It's amazing. It's amazing, man. I see Patty. Patty, how are you? How did you do this week in your training? I'm not sure if you're actually taking trades yet, but if you are, you can say so also. But yeah, this is the recap. We talk about how we did for training during the week, and if we took trades, what did we do in the market? So spill the beans, Patty. Yeah, but just more and more amazingness coming, man. Like, excitement comes from high levels of energy and enjoyment and happiness. You know, like when you're excited about something. And for me personally, like I don't know how everyone functions, but I have to do stuff sometimes to keep my excitement at bay, like to control it, because my excitement level is high all the time. It's like it's so high that I gotta like be like, all right, my head is in the clouds, but I gotta keep my feet on the ground. Like, I can't just have my whole body in the clouds. So I got my head up there, but let me keep my feet on the ground too. You know what I mean? So it's like, as you begin to move closer and closer to who you're becoming, you'll notice that you're becoming happier. Like, you're literally becoming happier. And for some people, they're not happy in life. You become happy when you execute the process that we use. Mind you, we're using this process to build ourselves ultimately a trading business. But you got to understand, this is actually building you as a person and building a life that you're going to be happy in. And there's nothing that's more valuable than that. So everything that's going to happen is a byproduct of it. But it's the process that's creating everything. It's going to create your happiness. It's going to create your freedom. It's going to create your financial well-being. Everything that you can think about is going to take place through the process. That's why mindset, all of that is a part of our process, because it's all inclusive. It's a package. We're not separating anything from anything. It's all in one. Patty says she's working on her 30th, your 30th view of 301, Patty. That is excellent. That is excellent. So Patty has watched 301 30 times. Very good. Now, notice what I asked her, right? I asked her, how is she doing in training? How did she do? She tells me how many times she watched 301. You see how everyone is on, everybody's on track where they need to be. You got to start at the foundation. The foundation is 301 on repeat. If you're not doing anything else, you need to be doing that. She's watched 301 30 times. Excellent. Tell y'all, man, like, put that process in position before you get into position. It works. It works. This is what we do. Patty, that's excellent. So I encourage you, you know, to continue on. Just keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing. And you know the group chat is always around also. I encourage you to plug into that. Matthew said even Superman realizes the value of walking. Yo, Matthew dropping the bombs. Jay Cardi said, it's funny you said that today. My mom told me I'm exhausting now, that I'm happy every day. That's crazy. Yo, that's ill. So it's wearing her out? It's wearing her out. What the hell are you so happy about? Yup. That's what I'm talking about. Ash said, is it normal if you get closer to the goal, or shall I say when you get to high contracts, to go even slower? Of course. Of course. And Ash, I know what you're asking. Example, going over and over to be sure to take the best trades. Of course. Of course. That's normal. Hell yeah, that's normal. And understand that, like, what that is. You know what that is, Ash? That's you working out the fear that you have left. There's still a level of fear that you have that's still there. And as you approach places you've never been, like larger account size, larger contract sizes, you're getting into unknown territory. You've never been there before. Your being has a natural reaction to the unknown. As human beings, we naturally react to shit that we never seen before, don't we? Without fail. You're going to have a reaction. Where's the reaction coming from? It's coming from inside. So it's letting you know what you still have left. The fact that you're doing that is making you aware, it's bringing awareness to what you have left to work on. And specifically for you, it's just the rest of your fear. It's not a lot of it left, obviously, but the little that is there, that's what that exercise is helping you to work out of your system. And you're going to work it out, because what's going to happen is you're going to just do what you're supposed to do, apply the process, and take that next trade. And you're not going to be thinking about it. Next thing you know, you're going to do that again. Next thing you know, you'll do that again. And then it just becomes that again, that again, that again, that again. I'm going to do that again, that again, that again. Next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, I smashed the goal. Damn, I actually hit the goal 2 trades ago. That's how this works. That's how it works, man. You don't even know when you do it because it doesn't matter. Man, Winston said, I super slowed and stopped for a month before I elevated. For me, the answer is yes. Hell yeah, the answer is yes. Hell yeah. Jay Carly, it's harder to do dumb shit when you're elevated. Facts. Facts. Jay Carly, I'm happy because of my confidence in the future. I can do all the things. It's beautiful. Yep. I'm happy because I changed myself fundamentally. Yep. Come on, man. That's real situations to be happy about right there. Listen to what she said. I changed myself fundamentally. Huh? First of all, when you know that you've changed yourself as far as the fundamental basis of who you knew yourself to be, it's kind of like, all right, you're here now looking at your old self. So that means that you're a new self. How you going to look at your old self if you're still your old self? You're not. It means that you've elevated. Now you're looking back at your old self and at all the things you used to do. And you're like, oh shit, damn, I was kind of fucked up. This is what happens. That's how you know that you've elevated. That's why that example that you gave, Ash, was an excellent one. About doing, just making sure that everything is what it's supposed to be. You working out the rest of your fear. And I'm telling you, the moment that you make that switch and you pop, is going to be when you take the trade and you fully confident and it's just like, bam. And then you do it again and again. And then the next thing you know, you'll have to actually look back and be like, oh, snap. Wow, I finally got through that shit. And it's going to be behind you. It's going to be in the rear view. It's crazy, man. Like the whole process is of what we do within the process that we do is amazing to me. It really is. J. Carter said, you have any idea how hard it is to do that? Yeah, because it takes however long it takes. She said, who does that? My new self is happy as fuck, confident as hell, and ready for this motherfucking freedom. Hell yeah. Shit. Hell yeah. And that's what it is, man. That's what it is. It's a beautiful thing. And that's what it is, man. That's the watch party. That's the delay on the watch party. Yeah, but powerful shit, man. Powerful. And then it's kind of like too, it's like, well, damn, it doesn't get old. Nope. Definitely don't get old. What's crazy is that it's newer, it feels newer than ever. That's how I be feeling. Like every day that goes by, it feels fresh. Like, so just think about that. It's like it never gets stale. And that's because we're always elevating all the time. You never get to the destination. The whole thing is the permanent journey that we're on. Becoming aware of that is the win. That's the win. When you actually realize that that's what it is. This is hard stuff, man. Hard. Peleus, what's up, man? I thought I saw Shawnee too. What's up, Shawnee? Matthew said, that's why we're always evolving to be our best selves. It's amazing. It's amazing. Because then you be asking too, like, damn, I'm good, man. Can I get better? Like, is there even a higher level to achieve? And the answer is obvious. Of course there is. But it gets to the point where you you have so far surpassed your lower level that it's almost like you're like at a, like some people look at you and just be like, yo, this dude right here. Like, just think about your perception of the best athlete. How do you perceive them? You perceive them that way because of what they continuously do. It's like they just continue to do amazing things. It's like, damn. Just when you thought that that was it, and you know he's done all that he can do, and man, it can't get no better than that. He does something else. And it's like, well, first of all, how does he do something else that's greater and more crazy than the last thing he did? That's one. And then two, why do you have a reaction to it? Every time that you see it, you put him higher on the pedestal. You, as the person looking at at that person, you're looking at their greatness, and it's like, wow. But this is exactly the process that they use to achieve that greatness. The process is rinse and repeat. It's not like you get to a level or to a status and then you stop. When you get to the level, you continue to do the same thing that you were doing the whole time. And the evolution naturally takes you up to high levels without you even trying. You're not even trying to do nothing extra, but you end up doing amazing shit just because that's the evolution process that you're in. That's what Team Alliance is in. That's what you're developing and becoming and growing into as an individual as a result of being connected to Team Alliance, which is in the evolutionary process. You see what I'm saying? So it's like real recognizing real. You recognize it and you can it resonates with you because you're able to identify it. You're like, yeah, that's it. I'm not even sure what that is, but that's it. That's what I want. And you connect yourself to it, boom. And now you moving with it because you become it. This is why you hear me say certain things. When you become part of TA. It's like, what am I saying when I say that? That doesn't mean just joining the training, signing up for training, and then that's it. Becoming part of TA. You're becoming part of the answer that you're looking for. All right, let me stop. This shit could go on all day. Need to relax. All right, so let me see if there's anybody else that's in here who I did not see. If there's anybody here that didn't mention what they did this week in training or in trading, please do so. If I skipped anybody, I apologize, but I don't think I did. I think I caught everybody for the most part. Matthew said, each day you have to embrace the new you, even if it's a slight difference. You are different once you open your eyes for the day. J. Carly says, surround yourself with whom you admire and you'll become admired. Facts. Facts. Something else too. One last thing that I've noticed that happens. Most of the time, you don't notice the differences. You get to a point of elevation where you don't see the difference. You know why you don't see the difference? Because you're happy. That's why you don't notice. Just think about that. When you just happy all the time, do you really notice shit? No. You just happy all the time. This is see, J. Carly, that's what you going through. And that's why when somebody sees it, they're like, well, why the hell are you just always happy? They don't understand. When people see shit, they're looking at the contrast. They're looking at the difference. You can't see it because you're it. It's like you are the happiness now that you was looking for before. Yeah, this shit is crazy, man. Come on, man. This shit is crazy. They called. He said, facts. Ash, I'm having a battle with my frustration side to get to go quicker, but my elevation side is trying to slow it down. So in my mind, there is a battle, and I'm trying to tame the frustration. The elevation is having the upper hand at the moment. It's a daily struggle, though. Now, Ash, that's hard because that's self-awareness. See, that is self-awareness. To be able to actually like take a picture of yourself and then break it down. Like take the picture mentally and then look at it. And when you look at yourself, you can do what you just did there. You see the battle because you're seeing both sides of yourself, both parts of yourself, and the tug of war. And just like you said, the elevation is having the upper hand at the moment. That's a hard, listen to what you just said. And in spite of your elevated self clearly saying that I'm winning, your lower self still crept in at the end of the sentence. Like the way that I see this is crazy to me, because every time I look at something I see, listen to what he just said. He said the elevation is having the upper hand at the moment. That's the tug of war right there. Listen to what he just said. Your lower self just said at the moment. You understand? Like, Ash, you understand what I'm saying? You just said the elevation is having the upper hand. Lower self says at the moment. The war continues. Yo. That's that fear that you still gotta. All right. Jay Carly, I didn't notice until it was brought to me. Right, about the happiness. Winston said I had to ask Rich about my elevation. Indeed. Matthew said you become the Teflon Don. Yes. Yes, you cannot be touched. Yeah, like when you happy, you can't be touched. Shit don't bother you. Winston, I could not believe what I was doing and seeing, and I had to review with Rich and with Walker. Right, about how your skill is actually there, but now you dealing with yourself. Yeah, that shit is crazy, right? You got the skill, but you still got to deal with you, though. Like, what kind of shit is that? That's what it is. You have to overcome your shit. You have to ensure that you continue to execute the process. But man, anyway, Jay Carly, Ash, don't miss what I'm saying. Everything I've said was me explaining how I've literally changed myself, and only now can I move forward to my greatness. Right. Winston said, confirmed, I'm elevating. Shawnee, what's up, TA? 0-0 for the week. Training like crazy. Kept the juice man at bay. That's a win. That is a win. Jay Carly, elevation of self leads to elevated understanding of training, which leads to pure execution of process. The trades come as the byproduct of the process. Oh, man, we got it. Yeah, that's it right there. Had enough. I've had enough. Elevation of self leads to elevated understanding of training, which leads to pure execution of process. The trades come as the byproduct of the process. All right.